Hey guys, this is John from Podcast for the Win, and today I'm going to show you how to set up audio ducking on your compressor limiter and your Mackie Profx mixer board. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, so first things first, let's take a look at the cords that you will need to accomplish this. This is pretty basic. First thing you'll need is this auxiliary 1/4 inch jack, and it looks just like this. It's your basic connecting cable like you would see for guitars and other music equipment. This goes directly from your compressor to your mixing board as well, and I'll get more into that in a minute. Next thing you'll need here, and this is another, this is a cord you definitely need, you cannot go without. This is your Y cable. If anybody's using compressor limiter, you know exactly what this is already, and what this is that you plug one end of the cable into your mixer board, and then these two left and right into the back of your compressor limiter. So those are the two cables that you need to connect to your mixer board to start off with. Okay, so next we're going to show you just exactly where you connect them and how it works in a Mackie mixer. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we are, we're back now. So what you want to do, see if I can get a better angle here. I know the light levels are not great. Let's see if I can get a little bit of focus in on that. So it doesn't matter which channel you use on your compressor limiter. I'm running into channel 2 just because it's on my closer side to my microphone and my mixer board. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go left and right. So the white usually means left. So you're going to plug that into your output on your compressor limiter. See if I can get that there. It's kind of awkward holding the camera. And then you want to plug the red into the input on your compressor. So as you can see, just get a little bit of a focus there. And then on the other side, the open 1/4 inch, sorry about that guys, this part here that is connected to the Y, is you want to plug that into the back of your mixing board. Now again, it doesn't matter which channel you use on here, it's your preferred channel. I'm going to run it directly into the input. It says insert. Let's see if I can show you that. So it says insert right there. I'm going to plug that into insert on my mixer board. Again, this is a Mackie Profx 12. Other mixers will be different. But it's always going to say input or insert. There's two different types here. You have a balance in, and then you have your line insert. And what the line insert is it takes the signal from your compressor or any device and sends it back. So that's what you want to have it plugged into, is your line in or insert, as what it's called. So that's pretty basic. That's your Y connection done from your compressor. Remember, it's your input and output from the Y cable to your mixer board on the insert. Doesn't matter what channel you're using it on there. This is my microphone on channel 2, so this is going to be left alone. You won't have to add anything to this. You just leave your microphone plugged into there. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to move right on over here, and we need to connect our MP3 player, our music player, iPod, iPad. It doesn't matter what you use. Anything that has a source of audio out can work for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug this into my iPad. This is what I use as my effects board. I have all my software in there. I apologize once again for the shabby camera work. And what you're going to do with the other end of that, so I have the other end of the cable here, again another 1/4 inch jack. It has to be a headphone jack going into your MP3 player or your laptop or whatever you decide to use to have your output of music. Okay, so we're coming back, and this is the end that's going from the MP3 player, my iPad. And we're going to plug that into, remember where we plugged the Y cable? So it's going to go on to the input. So this is actually going to take the audio, and that's going to run from my iPad to the same channel that the Y cable is coming in from the compressor limiter. Remember that. Okay, so that's very simple. That's very basic. So now we have our music running into the same channel as the compressor limiter. Next thing that you need, I'm going to show you, is a 1/4 inch cable. Again, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, and I know there's a lot of cords here. I need to clean this up. It doesn't matter what kind you use, as long as it's a 1/4 inch cable, like you would see with a guitar patch cord. Identical on either end. This is just a short one. And you're going to plug that into on your compressor limiter. As you can see, mine says director loop. Yours will probably say that side chain or effects loop. And you're going to plug one end of it into there. So as you can see, It's all in the same channel. Everything's on the exact same channel. Nothing else has changed. And that's going to go into your mixer board now. Now this is why I actually brought over a secondary mixer board. I want to show you the difference between the Mackie, because a lot of you use the Mackie. It's a very popular and professional mixer board. I know everything's upside down right now, but you get the idea. Or I'll even turn it around here while I do this. So as you can see here, I'm going to go right into the effects send on the balance on the top. As you can see here, there's two, right? So I'm trying to get a good angle here. So right here, you're gonna plug it into the top, right there. So that's your effects loop out from your side chain on your compressor directly into the insert on the effects send. If you have a Mackie, now remember Mackies don't actually have, according to, I actually was on the phone with them for a long time. According to them, they don't actually have a master out, even though the guy I was talking to didn't seem to really know what he was talking about. So that's going to go into effects send. That is also known as auxiliary in every other mixer board that you've ever seen. Most of them are labeled as auxiliary. Like as you see on this one right here, this is an older one that doesn't really work right now. But you would do the same thing on here, but it's called auxiliary send, as you can see here. But on the Mackie, it's actually called the effects send. So it's exactly the same thing, just labeled differently. So that's your master out, basically. This takes over, controls everything on the board. If you use this, it's basically going to take over everything that you have plugged in. Okay, so as you can see here, once again, the Y cable goes into the out and input directly to the mixer board. So right on the same channel, the insert, the audio goes into your input, and you're done. That's exactly all you need to do to set it up. As you can see here, I got my microphone on channel 2 on my mixer board. Nothing goes into this channel but the microphone. So that's all you have to do if you're doing a ducking, if you're using audio ducking. So that is a simple setup, very easy to do. But because the Mackie does not have what is called an auxiliary send, it can be very confusing for people that own this mixer board and not know exactly what to do. Okay, now we're going to come over here, swivel over here. Apologize for the camera work once again, guys. What you're going to want to do is just kind of look at your mixer board here. See if I can zoom out a little bit. I don't think I can. So what you're going to want to do is take a look at your mixer board. So I have that turned up all the way, which you don't need to do. You know, your main controls are your monitor sends. So this one right here is what controls the effects. So when you're actually ducking that audio, what it's doing is it's actually triggering your microphone input right here. So as you can see here, I have my monitor effects auxiliary turned all the way up on my microphone, just my microphone. Now, on my my MP3 player and my compressor, it's actually set all the way the opposite way. It's completely turned down. Again, I'm sorry about the camera work, guys. It's all the way down. So microphone is up all the way, and my auxiliary on my MP3 player, my iPad, is turned down all the way. So it's very simple to remember, because if you have that up all the way, what it's going to do is going to counter the effect of the ducking, and it will not do anything basically. You'll just gotta get a balance of both the music and your microphone audio. So as you can see here, this is up all the way. This doesn't really seem to matter too much. I think this is if you're sending it out to a set of speakers or something like that. And then your monitor, which is the most important thing you want to keep an eye on, is you want to make sure that this is set to about the halfway mark. You can have it up to about 3/4. It's all about what you feel like is the best quality and what you're getting out of it. And that is really about it for that. So I'll just give you a little rundown real quick. Everything here, this is your microphone, this is your from compressor, this is into the insert, remember I showed you, and this is your audio in the same channel as the insert from your compressor limiter. So nothing else is needed. And then what you go over to here is your effects loop, is in the monitor send rather, in the effects send portion of the Mackie, and that goes directly to the effects loop side chain on your compressor on the same channel. Remember, everything's run off the same channel. You don't need to use a second channel to do audio ducking. As you can tell, it's already receiving my microphone levels, just me talking right now. Okay, Now, what you're going to want to do on your compressor limiter, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. I think you can probably hear background noises. There's a racetrack apparently behind my house. What you want to do, and now this is all by choice. You don't really have to do it exactly as I'm doing it, but I found a nice mix on mine. So what I have on the threshold, what you want to start off with is have it all the way down opposite of the ratio. Okay, so the ratio is set here right now, but you could set it just like that. This is what's going to control the volume of the music and how much your microphone cuts into it to duck it down. So what you want to do is start off just like that. So you have your threshold and your ratio on opposites. I'll just show you guys real quick here. Yep. And then what you're going to want to do after that is you want to bring that and just mix it a little bit as you prefer the quality of audio. So I found that having a little bit of, setting it about to maybe -26 on the threshold. So I'll see if I can get a better angle. -26 there. See if I can get a focus. And then I had my, my ratio set to about 8:1 on the ratio dial there, and then that seemed to give me a nice balance. So that's pretty much it, and everything else you can just kind of play around with on here. If you find that you're not getting enough of the ducking effect, you can always adjust your monitor send and also adjust the volume of your music. So when you're actually doing the ducking, you want to make sure, once again, we'll just follow this down, that your audio level is set to what you want. So I usually keep mine about right here, just there. It seems to be a nice balance right there. And then my microphone, I just set to whatever levels I would like on it. So it's usually, because the Shure SMB7 or SM7B is actually pretty gain sensitive, or gain heavy I should say. You have to have a lot of gain to really hear it. I like to set mine up to about the 5 mark at the minimum, almost max sometimes. But that way your voice is overtaking the music at the points of ducking that you want. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty simple. If you do have any questions, just leave a comment. And if you like the video, leave it a like, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.